conversation is centered around abusive relationships. Enduring abusive relationships. Over the weekend, I was engrossed in a particular book written by a very, very phenomenal woman, I must say. It's an ebook, so I was reading it on my phone, and from one chapter to the next chapter, I was immersed in the storyline. And, sometimes you expect someone who is so knowledgeable to know better, and with knowing better, they would do better. Alas, I was highly disappointed, to say the least. Very, very disappointed at the turn of events in that book. The said woman, she was in love with some other guy, but then, the tribal thing, he's not from her tribe and all that. And then, of course, she found faith. She became born again and all that. And then that relationship had to end because she didn't want to be unequally yoked with an unbeliever, right? Fast forward to her meeting a born-again brother who was from her tribe. Everything seemed to click. And in a matter of 6 months, he was already saying, would you marry me? And before you know it, bam, 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 as we say in our local parlance, they are getting married. And then it didn't take time for the real him to manifest. And it just, became obvious that, hey, I have made a mistake. Now, okay, fine, you've made a mistake. Why are you still here? Enduring physical abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, you name it. I mean, you are a lawyer. Nobody escapes this thing, right? You're a lawyer. You have seen cases like this. You have seen how these things pan out. You should, come on, hello. If one naive girl from the village, behaves this way, I can say, okay, she doesn't know better. If one illiterate girl, who sees the man as personal Lord and Savior behaves in this manner, it's fine, right? But you are knowledgeable. You are a lawyer. In fact, you schooled outside the country. You are exposed in caps. So the story goes that she endured that, reached out to her parents. The same narrative of what will people say, work on your marriage and all that and all that and all that. Long story short, at some point, he made her lose her womb, enduring beatings upon beatings. And at the end of the day, she died. That part, it pained me. It touched me in my spinal chest, and I'm yet to forgive the author. I was expecting losing her womb was it. It was the height of it for me. I just prayed that it wouldn't exceed that. Maybe she would escape this man, and then she would be free and create awareness, and then probably get back together with her previous lover. But then again, it's in my head, right? The author had decided that this was how this thing was going to end. She would die. And yes, she died. And it just opened my eyes to the fact that some people spot a red flag at the beginning of relationships. And they do what? They run. My people will say they mangi. Some other people will say osa. Some other people will say toam. They run like this. They flee. They do like that type of run. You are running, and the back of your heels is touching your head. They will run. I shall not be in this situation. They run. Others believe that change would happen at some point. They would, enjoy their union. They will pray, they will fast, they will talk to somebody to talk to the person, and by some miracle, the person will just change and become a new person. And I'm talking about male and female, right? The abuse goes beyond physical to emotional and all of that. My thoughts is more like this. Even I say some people like to suffer, you know that thing they say, suffer then they tire you. Even I say some people, they suffer. But there has to be a reason why some people stay for long in an abusive relationship, right? I've met some people who would tell me that, you It's when he beats me that I used to know that he loves me. If he does not beat me, I'm not sure he loves me. That when he beats me, the petting that will come afterwards, blah, 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 and I'm looking at it and say, hey, they're using this one's destiny to play pang pangolo. You know that thing? Pang pangolo, pangolo, pang pangolo, pangolo, something of that nature. Now, a Nigerian woman, Adeju Morike Balogun, has called on Nigerians and relevant authorities to help after allegedly losing her left eye in alleged domestic violence. So all of these things are allegedly, we don't know how true it is, but that's what the story states. So in a Facebook post on Saturday, that was November 16th, the woman shared photos showing her battered face and swollen left eye, alleging that she has been in an abusive relationship with her husband, who she described as a beast for not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 15 solid years. A child that was born 15 years ago. You can only imagine 3 years from now, that child becomes an adult, has a right to vote and be voted for, and every other thing that follows. Commits a crime, you will go to jail. There's no two ways about it. It's not a minor anymore, it's an adult. This is what 15 years in an abusive relationship with a beast has cost me. My left eye. Please, I need help from the masses. Justice must be served. He knows I don't have anybody. That's why he's been treating me this bad. And then she drops her direct phone line and says, you can WhatsApp to on the same line, she wrote. I'm not going to drop the number. No, it's not in my place to. But she said this thing has been going on for that long. In another post on Sunday, she alleged that her husband and her family are threatening her over the previous post. The entrepreneur added that she's currently in an undisclosed hospital. Please share till it gets to the right authorities that will help me. I'm helpless. His family and him are threatening me. I've been hospitalized and they don't know where I am. Then she shared photos of the abuse she endured in the hands of her husband in December 2022, alleging that he did the same. Now, this is where I have a problem.